competitive women's gymnastics, the floor exercise event consists of a series of tumbling passes with dance skills to link the routine together. The floor is a perfect 40 by 40 square. Because gymnasts tumble down the diagonal of the floor, we can split the floor into two right triangles. The diagonal forms the hypotenuse of the triangle. Labeling the sides A, B, and C, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the length C, the diagonal of the floor. Through calculations, we find that gymnasts have 57.57 feet to tumble down the diagonal and perform skills like these. The balance beam is 4 feet tall, 16 feet 5 inches long, and only 4 inches wide. Using two of these measurements, we can use a few conversions and the area formula to calculate the area of the balance beam. The area of the beam is approximately 788 square inches. As a comparison, an average bath towel is 52 inches long and only 27 inches wide. Using the same formula, the area of a bath towel is 1,040 square inches. This means that the area of an average-sized bath towel is greater than the area gymnasts have to perform skills on the balance beam. Gymnasts often use their arm span to measure the distance they need to put their hands from the end of the beam when performing their dismounts. This gymnast shows that your arm span is equal to the length of your body. It is also equal to the length of one skill performed on the beam in gymnastics. It is important to run at your top speed when you are about to vault. It took this gymnast 4 seconds to run 72 feet down to the springboard. Dividing this distance by time, we can find that the speed of the gymnast was 18 feet per second. Angles are especially important in this event. You must hit the springboard with a specific angle of impact in order for your vault to be successful. After hitting the springboard, you must hit the vault table with the correct shoulder angle and body angle at the same time. If a gymnast understands this concept at a young age, they will be able to advance their vaults more easily as they progress. As you watch the giant swings on the uneven bars, you can see that the feet of the gymnast form a perfect circle with the bar being the center of the circle. Using the gymnast height as the radius of the circle, we can calculate the circumference of the imaginary circle the gymnast forms with her feet. For a gymnast that is 62 inches tall, the circumference of the circle she forms is 389.36 inches. The Junior Olympic system of women's gymnastics includes levels 2 through 10. Their scoring system is scored from a panel of 1 to 4 judges, depending on the gymnast level. They give an average execution score out of a perfect 10. All skills are ranked on a letter scale, from the easiest skill being an A skill to the hardest skill being a G skill. This skill is an A skill. The first flip in this tumbling pass is a B skill. The second flip in this beam series is a C skill. My favorite skill in gymnastics is a D skill. Deductions in gymnastics can be major or minor depending on how big the mistake was. Minor deductions come from a slightly bent leg in a skill or forgetting to point your toes. Major deductions come from not completing a required skill or falling off the event completely. Landing on your face before landing on your feet results in a 5/10 deduction, plus a deduction from a coach's spot, and other deductions from before you hit the ground. Falling off the beam results in a 5/10 deduction, and in some cases, the gymnast even has to repeat the skill totally. The elite scoring system is the reason that gymnasts in the Olympics are not aiming for a perfect 10 anymore. Essentially, they can get a score out of 20 points, but realistically, scores in the 14 and 15 point range are extremely good. Instead of just having an execution score out of a 10.0, elite gymnasts or professional gymnasts also have a difficulty score. The A through G skills that we discussed previously are all ranked with a certain value as well. These values are added up and represent the gymnast's difficulty score. Therefore, the difficulty score is added to the execution score to get the gymnast's overall score. In order to calculate a gymnast all-around score, we add up the scores that the gymnast earned in each event: vault, bars, balance beam, and floor. In order to calculate team score, we add up the top 3 scores from the team for each individual event. Having the highest team score results in this.